Grace in his kingly character. Be all, be all. The livestock. Uh-oh. Good morning, people. Good morning, gentle people. How are you all doing? Let me change this to the Bible. That Bible we are reading this morning. Good morning, guys. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody's having a grand Sunday morning. Happy October, everybody. Yes. Well, Overton there, our month has begun, Overton. Our month has begun. Yep, I will not joking. Yes. Come on in, everybody who was born in the month of October, and let us show them how it is done. We don't want that kind of sound, because Bible we read. No. Why is it making the sound of the rock? You know, sound right. All right, gentle people, there it is. All right, we are going to be reading this morning from the book of the Songs of Solomon. For those of you who are just coming into the live, a very special good morning to you. Thank you all so much for coming. I sincerely appreciate you all. That's one of them sound so loud. Welcome into the live, everybody. This morning we are going to be reading the book of the Songs of Solomon. Now, we have been reading this book. We have been reading the Bible now for just about 2 years now since we started reading the Bible. And we took a little lapse, a little bit for a few months. We didn't read anything, and then we came back full tilt. And now we are halfway through the Bible. We are onto the book of Songs of Solomon. And for those of you who have been with me, or those of you who have been reading your Bible, you know who Solomon was. Now, Solomon was David's son, the son that David had with Bathsheba. Bathsheba was the woman he stole from Uriah, and he handed his throne to Solomon, his son. And Solomon was the one who built the temple. And when he reigned in Jerusalem, he upheld all the precepts and principles from the days of Moses. And the people loved him. He was great with judgment. Whenever they brought their disputes to him, they left very pleased with the judgment that he would pass. He would listen to both sides of the story, and then he would determine who was right and who was wrong, who needed to repay and who needed not. And so the people loved Solomon, and his kingdom flourished in Jerusalem. After Solomon passed away, though, and he handed over the city, the reins to his son Rehoboam, everything sort of went downhill from there, because that's where we started to see the divide of Israel, because Rehoboam, who was Solomon's son, and the man called Jeroboam. Jehoboam and Rehoboam were in conflict. Well, Solomon was in conflict with Jeroboam before he handed the throne to his son Rehoboam. And so, because Jeroboam was a bit contentious and he wanted to rule and all of it, Solomon had banished him from the kingdom of Jerusalem, and he had gone down to Egypt to live. But after Solomon passed away, and the kingdom was now in his son Rehoboam's hand, Jeroboam decided to come back from Egypt and continue the political divide that he had started. And so he started an uprising and caused the people to separate. A lot of people separated from Solomon and went to go follow Jeroboam. And that's where the first real divide of the kingdom started. And they were never able to get it back from there. So this morning, we are going to be reading the writings, they say, of Solomon. And just like his dad, Solomon had many sons. Let us read. Get your book Bible, guys, or your Google Bible and follow along with me, please. The Song of Solomon. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the savor of thy good ointments, thy name is an ointment poured forth. Therefore, do the virgins love thee. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. I wonder if that is really Solomon talking. That can't be Solomon talking there, so. Because if Solomon is the king, and these sound like some love-struck women. They sound like some love-struck women talking and caressing themselves with the idea, not just the idea, but they're caressing themselves with the experience of having been brought into the king's chamber. So you know when King Solomon bring them in a chamber, I don't know what goes on. So you see, they love it. They love it. And they are telling him that, let him kiss me. And not Solomon has said that. And not Solomon has said nothing about let him kiss me. No one of Solomon said that. So this sounds like it is written by some love-struck woman that said, let the king kiss me. Let his mouth is sweeter than whatever his mouth is sweeter than. And his tongue is tasting of honey and all of these sweet words. And all of these sweet words. I'm going to start reading this. I'm going to start reading this thing. Solomon, the Songs of Solomon is calling, all the horny people who come. Lord Jesus, God, what's up? This Song of Solomon are calling all the horny people, because here how it starts out. The songs of songs, which is Solomon's. Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the savor of thy good ointments, thy name is as ointment poured forth. Therefore, do the virgins love thee? Yes, because Solomon taking all those little servants. A long time pedophilia and them something they are going, Him taking all those little young girls to be servants and chambermaid. And then him first sleep with them. Lord of mercy. Draw me, we will run after thee. The king hath brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee. Yes, you see, they are glad to go in his chambers. Glad to go in his chambers, go do what he do, because you see, they feel they are excited that they get to sleep with the king. I am black. Wanna hear that? I am black, but comely. O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon. Look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards, but mine own vineyard have I not kept. Tell me, O thou whom my soul loveth, where thou feedest, where thou makest thy flock to rest at noon. For why should I be as one that turneth aside by the flocks of thy companions? If thou know not, O thou fairest among women, go thy way forth by the footsteps of the flock, and feed thy kids beside the shepherd's tents. I have compared thee, O my love, to a company of horses in Pharaoh's chariots. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. We will make thee borders of gold with studs of silver. While the king sitteth at his table, my spikenard sendeth forth the smell thereof. A bundle of myrrh in my well-beloved is my well-beloved unto me. He shall lie all night betwixt my breasts. Who hear what's going on here? A bundle of myrrh is my well-beloved unto me. He will lie all night betwixt my breasts. You're not talking about the man, you're talking about a bundle of myrrh. Yeah? Oh, God save that means he must have dread. Him say my own vineyard have I not kept. Me not see where he say he must have dread. Me not see that yet. He said, look not upon me, because I am black, because the sun hath looked upon me. My mother's children were angry with me. They made me the keeper of the vineyards. But mine own vineyard have I not kept. Yeah, me not get the dread out of that. But me I go read on, me might come across it. Because I know you're smart, you know. Verse 14 said, my beloved is unto me as a cluster of campfire in the vineyard of Engedi. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes. Behold, you know dove's eyes, the blue eyes, dove them have blue eye. Behold, thou art fair, my beloved, yea, pleasant. Also, our bed is green. Really? Why is it our bed is green? Verse 17, and this is the last verse of chapter 1 of the book of Songs of Solomon. When you come into the live, guys, don't forget to hit the like button, share out the stream, and certainly don't forget to follow along with me in your book Bible or your Google Bible. The beams of our house are cedar, and our rafters of fir. Let us move on to Songs of Solomon, chapter 2. I almost broke my glasses. I am the rose of Sharon, sweet rose of Sharon, my guiding light. You know that song there? Okay. So let's see how many songs will come out of the Bible. Okay. I am the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valley. As the lily among thorns, so is my love among the daughters. As the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons. I sat down under his shadow with great delight, and his fruit was sweet to my taste. He brought me to the banqueting house, and his banner over me was love. Banner over me is love. Brought me to. Oh, no, that song there. Let's sing that song when we used to go high school, you know. This banner over me is. This banner over me. I don't remember it, but me remember one song like that. If you don't remember it, you know, tell me. We used to sing it in a devotion. Verse 5 says, stay me with flagons, comfort me with apples, for I am sick of love. His left hand is under my head, and his right hand doth embrace me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love till he please. Hey! Don't stir him up. Don't tease me, tease me, tease me, tease me, darling, till I lose control. You see, they don't want him to lose control. They don't want them to, they want them to come tease him until they are ready. So don't come tease him while you're still too much of a juvenile. Because if you're teasing, even as a juvenile, you might end up get it. Yeah, me just a read it of the Bible, you know. Okay, we are on to Songs of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 7. The author says, I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes, and that is ROES, and by the hinds of the field, that he stir not up, nor awake my love, till he please. The voice of my beloved, behold, he cometh, leaping upon the mountains, skipping upon the hills. I guess he's the lily of the valley, yes. He's the sweet, yes, he's the rose of Sharon and the lily of the valley. Yes, because all the women, young and old, are gushing over him. So, of course, yes. My beloved is like a roe or a young hart. Behold, he standeth behind our wall. He looks forth at the windows, showing himself through the lattice. My beloved spake and said unto me, rise up, my love, my fair one, and come away. For lo, the winter is past, the rain is over and gone, the flowers appear on the earth, the time of the singing of birds is come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in the land. Oh, another song I meant. Oh, me know so one song goes so me remember it. Verse 13 says, the fig tree puts forth her green figs, and the vines with the tender grape give a good smell. Arise, my love, my fair one, and come away. O my dove, that art in the clefts of the rock, in the secret places of the stairs, let me see thy countenance, let me hear thy voice, for sweet is thy voice, and thy countenance is comely. Take us the little foxes that spoil the vines, for our vines have tender grapes. My beloved is mine, and I am his. He feedeth among the lilies. Verse 17 says, until the day break, and the shadows flee away. Turn, my beloved, and be thou like a roe or a young hart upon the mountains of Bether. Here ends the reading of the Songs of Solomon, chapter 2. We are going to continue. The Songs of Solomon only have 8 verses. We're going to see 8 chapters, I mean. We're going to see if we can complete them today. By night on my bed, I sought him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. I will rise now and go about the city in the streets, and in the broad ways I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. The watchmen that go about the city found me, to whom I said, saw ye him whom my soul loveth? I was but a little I was but a little that I passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and would not let him go until I had brought him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that deceived me. I charge you, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, by the roes and by the hinds of the field, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love, till he please. Who is this that cometh out of the wilderness like pillars of smoke, perfumed with myrrh and frankincense, with all powders of the merchant? Behold his bed, which is Solomon's. 60 valiant men are about it, that 60 men are around the bed of the valiant of Israel. 60 of Israel's most valiant men surround Solomon's bed. They all hold swords, being expert in war. Every man hath his sword upon his thigh, because of fear in the night. King Solomon made himself a chariot of the wood of Lebanon. He made the pillars thereof of silver, the bottom thereof of gold, the covering paved with love for the daughters of Jerusalem. Verse 11 and last. Go forth, O ye daughters of Zion, and behold King Solomon with the crown wherewith his mother crowned him in the day of his espousals, and in the day of the gladness of his heart. Good morning, sis. What's up? Kizzy is here, guys. Kizzy is here. Kizzy, what's up? What are you doing, my dear sister? Good to see you. Good to see you. Kizzy, me just come home from work. Just come home from work. Tired and everything, but you don't know what to say. I still have to do what I have to do. So I have to still do my reading. Oh, you're on your way to church. All right. All right. And here I am having my church right here. Right here. Me having my church. We're going to read Songs of Solomon chapter 4. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appear from Mount Gilead. Yes, that really look like a Rastafichu. That really sound like a Rastafichu. That sound like a Rastafichu. You were right, Cad. But I'm not know me feel cold, so. Me also supposed to cold, so. Let us continue. Thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up from the washing, whereof every one bear twins, and none is barren among them. Thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a piece of a pomegranate within thy locks. Pomegranate. Okay, Sister Kids, you have yourself a great day, my love. Have yourself a great day. Sister Winnie, happy Sunday to you. Happy October to all the Octoberians up in here. Yeah. Have a great day, Kizzy. Stay safe, my love. Well, I'm going to read this of Solomon. The Songs of Solomon here, so. Verse 3 said, thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Thy temples are like a piece of pomegranate within thy locks. Thy neck is like the tower of David, built for an armory, whereon there hang 1,000 bucklers. all shields of mighty men. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies, until the day break and the shadows flee away. I will get me to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. Thou art all fair, my love, there is no spot in thee. Come with me from Lebanon, my spouse, with me from Lebanon. Look from the top of Amana, from the top of Shenir and Hermon, from the lion's den, from the mountain of the leopards. Thou hast ravished my heart, my sister, my spouse, thou hast ravaged my heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. Jojo is here. Jojo, bless up your nice clean self. How you doing, my love? Verse 9 of chapter 4 says, Thou hast ravaged my heart, my sister, my spouse. Thou hast ravaged my heart with one of thine eyes, with one chain of thy neck. How fair is thy love, my sister, my spouse! How much better is thy love than wine, and the smell of thine ointments than all spices. Thy lips, O my spouse, drop as the honeycomb. Honey and milk are under thy tongue, and the smell of thy garments is like the smell of Lebanon. A garden enclosed is my sister, my spouse, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed. Thy plants are an orchard of pomegranates with pleasant fruits, camphire and spikenard and saffron, calamus and cinnamon, with all trees of frankincense, myrrh, and aloes, with all the chief spices. Hmm. A fountain of gardens, a well of living waters, the streams from Lebanon. Verse 16, and this is the last verse of chapter 4. Since he said he didn't keep his vineyard, oh, you took his manscaping. Well, you were right because it did talk about his locks. Aware, O north wind, awake, O north wind, and come thou south, blow upon my garden, that the spices thereof may flow out. Let my beloved come into his garden and eat his pleasant fruits. Here ends the reading of Songs of Solomon, chapter 4. Welcome into the live, guys. Thank you all so much for coming. If you're wondering where we are at in the Bible, we are on to Songs of Solomon. We are going to start chapter 5 right now. So get a book Bible or your Google Bible and come read with us. As me I go read and then go sleep. When we wake up, we will start this book here, A Wanted Woman. Songs of Solomon, chapter 5. I am come into my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with my honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friends, drink, yea, drink abundantly, O beloved. I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the voice of my beloved that knocks, saying, Open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my undefiled, for my head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. I have put off my coat. How shall I put it on? I have washed my feet. How shall I defile them? My beloved put in his hand by the hole of the door, and my bowels were moved for him. Ah, him poo pop himself. I rose up to open to my beloved, and my hands dropped with myrrh, and my fingers with sweet smelling myrrh upon the handles of the lock. I opened to my beloved, but my beloved has withdrawn himself and was gone. My soul failed when my soul failed when he spake. I sought him, but I could not find him. I called him, but I could not hear him. The watchmen that went about the city found me. They smote me. They wounded me. The keepers of the walls took away my veil from me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, if ye find my beloved, that ye tell him that I am sick of love. What is thy beloved more than another beloved? O thou fairest among them, what is thy beloved more than another beloved, that thou dost so charge us? My beloved is white and ruddy, the chiefest among 10,000. So you see, even at the Bible, he said, beloved, white and ruddy. His head is as the most fine gold. His locks are bushy and black as a raven. His eyes are as the eyes of doves by the rivers of waters, washed with milk and fitly set. The cheeks are as a bed of spices, as sweet flowers. His lips like lilies, dropping sweet smelling myrrh. His hands are as gold rings set with the beryl. His belly is as bright ivory overlaid with sapphires. His legs are as pillars of marble, set upon sockets of fine gold. His countenance is in Lebanon. His countenance is in Lebanon, but his body is right here. His mouth is most sweet. Yea, his mouth is most sweet. Yea, he is altogether lovely. This is my beloved, and this is my friend, O daughter of Jerusalem. Mr. Ada, me I say, card, yeah, he say, he have dove eyes. He say he have dove eyes. Then dove eyes no blue. If I see how the dove eyes look, like a pigeon eyes. Yeah. So me not get it. But God, I was watching a documentary and they were showing people who live down there in the Middle East who had those very strange phenomena happening to them. Ricky, what's up? How you doing? Lord of mercy. Help my soul. I won't say another word, right, Ricky? What me up to? Me I read the good book. Songs of Solomon with all the lovey-dovey things in there. Black people with eyes like dove. How can say? Blue eye ground dove. I guess so. But I'm just imagining that look. If you are a black man with like those bluish, grayish eyes, I don't know what the Bible says. All right. Songs of Solomon, chapter 6. Whither is thy beloved gone? O thou fairest among women, whither is thy beloved turned aside, that we may seek him with thee? My beloved is gone down into his garden, to the bed of spices, to feed in the gardens, and to gather lilies. I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. He feedeth among the lilies. Thou art beautiful, O my love, as Tirzah, comely as Jerusalem, terrible as an army with banners. Turn away thine eyes from me, for they have overcome me. Thy hair is as a flock of goats that appears from Gilead. Thy teeth are as a flock of sheep which go up from the washing, whereof every one beareth twins, and there is not one barren among them. And the peace of a pomegranate are thy temples within thy locks. There are there are three score queens, and fourscore concubines, and virgins without numbers. My God. My dove, my undefiled, is but one. She is the only one of her mother. She is the choice one of her that bear her. The daughters saw her, and yea, the queens and the concubines, and they praised her. Who is she that looks forth as the morning, fair as the moon, clear as the sun, and terrible as an army with banners? I went down into the garden of nuts to see the fruits of the valley, and to see whether the vine flourished and the pomegranates budded. Or ever I was aware, my soul made me like the chariots of Aminadab. Verse 13, and this is the last verse of chapter 6. Return, return, O Shulamite, return, return, that we may look upon thee. What will ye see in the Shulamite? As it were the company of two armies. Now, y'all remember when we read about the Shunammite woman? Y'all remember where Elijah passed by our house every day, go up on the mountain to go pray, to go commune with God? And she built him a little room on her house and invited him to come in and rest. She feed him and he come in and rest. And him ask her, for all the kindness you have done for me, what can I do for you? And she asked that him open up her womb so she could have children, and she had a son. We are moving on to chapter 7 of the book of Songs of Solomon. And because Songs of Solomon has only eight chapters, that's why I decided that I'm going to read it all this morning. How beautiful are thy feet with shoes, O prince's daughter. The joints of thy thighs are like jewels. Ah, ah, the joints of thy thighs are like jewels. The work of the hands of a cunning workman. Hey, but say God is a cunning workman, for how he make humans. Thy navel is like a round goblet, which wanteth not liquor. Thy belly is like an heap of wheat set about with lilies. Thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins. Thy neck is as a tower of ivory, thine eyes like the fish pools in Heshbon, by the gate of Bath-rabbim. Thy nose is as the tower of Lebanon, which looketh towards Damascus. Thine head upon thee is like Carmel, and the hair of thine head like purple. The king is held in the galleries. How fair and how pleasant art thou, O love, for delights. This thy statue is like to a palm tree, and thy breasts of to clusters of grapes. I said, I will go up to the palm tree, I will take hold of the boughs thereof. Now also thy breasts shall be as clusters of the vine, and the smell of thy nose like apples, and the roof of thy mouth like the best wine for my beloved, that goeth down sweetly, causing the lips of those that are asleep to speak. I am my beloved's, and his desire is towards me. You see, it keeps talking like it's a woman talking. Come, my beloved, let us go forth into the field. Let us lodge in the villages. Let us get up early to the vineyards. Let us see if the vine flourish, whether the tender grapes appear, and the pomegranates bud forth. There will I give thee my loves. The mandrakes give a smell, and at our gates are all manner of pleasant fruits, new and old, which I have laid up for thee, O my beloved. There ends the reading of the book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 7. And now we are going to be reading chapter 8. Oh, that thou wert as my brother, that suck the breast of my mother. When I should find thee without, I would kiss thee. Yea, I should not be despised. I would lead thee and bring thee into my mother's house, and would instruct me. Who would instruct me? I would cause thee to drink of spiced wine, of the juice of my pomegranate. His left hand should be under my head, and his right hand should embrace me. I charge you, O daughters of Jerusalem, that ye stir not up, nor awake my love, until he please. Who is this that comes up from the wilderness, leaning upon her beloved? I raise thee up under the apple tree. There thy mother brought thee forth. There she brought thee forth that bare thee. Set me as a seal upon thy heart, as a seal upon thine arm. For love is strong as death. Jealousy is cruel as the grave. Wow. The coals thereof are coals of fire, which hath a most vehement flame. Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it. If a man would give all the substance of his house for love, it would utterly be contemned. What kind of word? That Contemned. Verse 8 says, we have a little sister, and she had no breasts. What shall we do for our sister in the day when she shall be spoken for? Oh, they don't know wait until she grow breasts? If she be a wall, we will build upon her a palace of silver, and if she be a door, we will enclose her with boards of cedar. I am a wall, and my breasts like towers. Then was I in its eyes. as one that found favor. Solomon had a vineyard at Valhamon. He let out the vineyard unto keepers, every one for the fruit thereof. Hmm. Was to bring 1,000 pieces of silver. Really? My vineyard, which is mine, is before me. Thou, O Solomon, must have 1,000, and those that eat the fruit thereof 2,000. Thou that dwellest in the gardens, the companions hearken to thy voice. Come, cause me to hear it. Let's move on. Verse. We know that's sweet, yeah, no, cat. Let's move on to verse 14, and this is the last verse of chapter 8 of the book of Songs of Solomon. And it says, make haste, my beloved, and be thou like to a roe or to a young hart upon the mountains of spices. Here ends the reading of the book of Songs of Solomon. We have come to the end of it. We have read the entire chapter in one reading. That's not bad. When we come back later, guys, we will be reading the book A Wanted Woman. Okay, don't forget to join me. I'm not gonna say what time because I don't even know what time I'm going to wake up. But I'll go to sleep, and when I wake up, that's the book that we are going to read. So until then, guys, I want to say thanks to everybody who came into the live, those who hit the like button, and those who claim that they forgot. If you forgot to hit it on your way in, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And that's where the reading is going to end this morning, my friends. Thanks again for coming. Until next time, this is Prayer from Traverse, where your journey matters. Guys, I'm off to sleep. I've been dropping asleep on uno. So me gone. I will see you all later. Later, Card and Ricky and Joe and everybody else.